on the screen?
There's nothing on my screen.
Then what is
Don't
that?
talk here because it goes straight to the screen. It needs to be quiet. ಸೌಂಡ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. In this one work. She's not out of it.
Out to success as we go along. Welcome, one and all. The School of Architecture welcomes the first year B.ARCH students on this very distinctive day, the 28th December 2020. We are almost at the year end, but let us hope that it is a new beginning for the fresh students of this new generation. I would join my hands and bow down to the tribute to our founder, because of which all of us are here. He is one of India's leading entrepreneurs, educationists, and philanthropists. To be in this campus is to say a lot. I'm sure all of you would have heard about the philanthropy of M.S. Ramaiah. What catches all of us is his vision, his success, and a hope for all of us to join in his success dream. His very kind words, what we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. This is very true for us architects. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal. Let us today join hands with the visionary to take architecture and the School of Architecture at Ramaiah forward. The vision of Ramaiah Institution is to be an institution of international eminence for imparting cutting-edge research and innovation to meet global socio-economic needs. And the mission is to have a quality technical education, to have research, and in the meanwhile develop innovative skills for the socio-economic needs. The quality policy also means that we are constantly striving to meet the quality management system so that there is an interaction of all the stakeholders concerned. We are very proud to be part of this institution, which has been ranked 59 among the top 100 engineering institutions by MHRD for the year 2020. Ramaiah is also the first engineering institution ranked number 1 to be affiliated to VTU in 2020, and the NAC accreditation gives us an A grade. We are a part of a teaching learning process. Now this process means that we have all the systems in a very, very orderly manner. It goes without saying that where there is system, there is method. Where there is method, the outcome is very good. So to set up this system, there are certain layers in which we have to flow. There is the course objective. Why? This translates into the detailed syllabus, the course outcomes, and a concept map, what we are to do. There is, of course, having all this finishes with how it has to be assessed and all the evaluation, which is called as a continuous internal evaluation, and then finally we go reverse. We do a reverse engineering to find out if what we have done to what we expect to do has reached its outcome. All this is recorded, documented in the teaching diary. There is constant periodic reviews and midday corrections, and finally, we are all assessed at the end of the course for future improvements. The autonomous system of which we are a part has got the various areas, and the evaluation process works with 50% of the marks as an internal evaluation and 50% at the final examination. Now, this means the student will continuously be evaluated by internal faculty as well as external experts at every point of time. The institute has its governance and the institutional support with the various committees and the governing bodies, academic council, the board of studies, the board of examiners, and the finance committee, apart from various other committees which control the way in which this institution and the autonomous institution works. I would now come down to understanding how the School of Architecture has made quantum changes in leaps and bounds. It was started in 1992 with a small intake of 40 students. When BTU, under its larger umbrella, took into our institution, we became a part of this at 2007. Understanding the fact that we have so much scope to improve, the intake was increased to 80 in 2009. We are also well complemented with a Master's in Landscape Architecture program having been inculcated in 2011. This takes the School of Architecture in leaps and bounds. The very next feather in our cap is the R&D Center, which was established and given permission in 2019. So, the School of Architecture now has the Bachelor's program, the Master's program, as well as the research component. We are celebrating glorious 28 years of excellence of the School of Architecture. The vision of the school is to achieve and propagate high standards of excellence in architectural education. The school's commitment is to prepare people to make a difference. Architects are instrumental in understanding the stakeholders and making their lives much more livable. To create an environment that shall foster the growth of intellectually capable, innovative, and entrepreneurial professionals, architects being professionals from the very first day, and adopting core values of exploration, rationality, and enterprise. The mission is to effectively contribute by developing sustainable technical education to meet the changing technological needs. It goes without saying that these technological needs and to meet these needs was what held us in good stead during the pandemic and how we were able to cope with the current scenario. In this, we strive to achieve innovative designs as well as technologies. Here is a glimpse of the School of Architecture, welcoming the young students who would be taking these steps to make their future. The Bachelor of Architecture, the Masters in Landscape Architecture, the PhD are all encompassed in this 5-story building within the campus of the Ramia Institute of Technology. The number of students who have graced this, walked the corridors, and have achieved accolades goes without saying. I would now take this very great opportunity to bring you all faculty members that we have in the School of Architecture. We are glorious 4 professors, associate professors are 8, and assistant professors of 21, with a huge team of 33 faculty, core faculty, who will be training the students at every point of time. I would take this time to give you a brief account of each of our faculty, which would give you some insight as to the various expertise we have within our shores. Professor Vishwas with Hitalmani has been the senior most member from the inception of department. We are very, very proud to have him in our midst. He was a former architect in the Atomic Research Center at Kalpaka. Professor Vishwas Hitalmani is our guiding mentor at all times. We seek his help at every point of time to learn and to develop along with him. Professor Rajshekhar Rao is the head of the master's program in landscape architecture. Himself a landscape architect master's from CEPT University, Ahmedabad, and a B.ARCH from Malnad College of Engineering, Hassan. He has also been a long-time serving member with the Institute from 2003. We have Professor Jyotirmay Chari, again a long-standing senior faculty member who has a wide experience of a graduation from Bhopal and a post-graduation in planning from CEPT Ahmedabad. Currently, Jyotirmay Chari is pursuing her PhD in the University of Mysore. I would retract and tell you that Professor Rajshekhar Rao has completed his studies in the PhD and would be awarded his degree very soon. I move on to Dr. Rashmi Niranjan, who is an associate professor in our department. Any matter of interest, including creativity, research, painting, sketching, and of course the colorful part of our areas are all taken care of by Dr. Rashmi Niranjan. She's also been in the institution from a very long time. Dr. Mona Lisa Vyas is a graduate of MNIT Jaipur, a postgraduate and a doctorate from IIT Roorkee. She worked as an airport planner before joining RIT. Surekha Ramaneni, an associate professor who is a landscape architect, a gold medalist, has 14 plus years of service in the industry and more than 9 years of teaching experience, would be venturing into research at the earliest. Lavanya Vikram, the next associate professor, graduated from KL University in 2003, has a few years of architectural practice, is a landscape architect, student and now a faculty at the School of Architecture, Ramaya Institute of Technology, and would be simultaneously pursuing Sudha Kumari, associate professor, has a total of 15 years of experience in the field and would move on to eco-friendly architect and a habitat designer at the master's level. She's been in the university, she's been attached to the TERI for her research areas in sustainable practices and been a part of this institution from 2012. Meghna Raj, a landscape architect, associate professor, over 15 years of practical experience and an IGBC accredited professional. Her areas include sustainable architecture, biomimicry, and would also be venturing into research very soon. Tejaswini is an associate professor in the department and has 17 years of industrial experience and would be taking up research in art and architecture at the earliest. Rima Gupta works as an associate professor in the architecture department, herself a bachelor's from the Pune University and a master's in urban design from Glasgow, and been part of this institution for the past 3 years. Not to forget now the allied professionals and the strength and the structure of our department. M. Vijayanand, a structural engineer, works as an assistant professor at the School of Architecture. He is a master's and a bachelor's in structural engineering and has an overall experience of 13 years. He is one faculty who is very fond of and who is always available for all the students. Vijay has published 3 textbooks, many papers in various national and international conferences. He is an active alumni member and member of the sports committee. Aruna Gopal, the other civil engineer with an experience in structural engineer and architectural software. The students would find her up and about in the lab at all times. She's also passionate about environmental science and engineering and is into MSc by research. Kriti Balla is an assistant professor in the School of Architecture. Her area of interest lies in value-sensitive architectural design, intelligent building systems, and affordances. Her in academics and teaching addresses issues having socio-technical and sustainable relevance. Aishwarya, an alumni of this particular institution, has a master's from Boston, USA. A special interest in climate responsive architecture and sustainable living always makes sure that she has that in her mind. Divya Suzanne, another assistant professor, is a master's in urban design and is interested in building services, urban design, and basic design, part of this team since 2017. Our next young, very active Yashish Segde is working as an assistant professor in this institution. He is an active alumni of Vancouver and would love to foray into parametric modeling. Arpita Sarkar, the next assistant professor, is a bachelor's from Patna and master's in landscape architecture from Ramaya. She would love to move into remote sensing as a way to teach landscape as well as the architectural design. Josna Rao has this extreme distinction of being the bachelor's and master's in landscape, both from Ramaya Institute. She teaches at the lower level and would love to go into the historical aspect of architecture. Rajita Govindraj, an assistant professor, is a bachelor's from RBCE and a master's in landscape from Ramaya, and she leads her class with a first rank in her master's. Her areas of interest include landscape, design, history, and interior design. Teju V. Gowda is another alumni working as an assistant professor in the School of Architecture. Her areas include interior design, product design, and she has a Master's of Science in Architecture from Politecnico Milano, Italy. Akshata Shagoti, an assistant professor, graduated from BVB Hubli and post-graduated from SRM University with an M. Mark. Meghna M. is another alumni of this distinguished institution. She has a master's in World Heritage Studies from Germany, and her interests include architectural heritage and conservation. Sheetal B.S., the next assistant professor, has a master's in regional planning and policy planning as well as sustainable transport design from the School of Planning and Architecture, Delhi. Megha Ann Jose has graduated from the Sept University with a master's in interior design, interior architecture and design. Her areas include building efficiency, parametric design and architectural conservation. Pooja Nayak has been an alumni of Ramaya for her undergraduation and masters in urban design from Western Sydney. Her forte includes documentation, policy making and history of architecture. Anupama Doravi, another alumni whose interests include strategic urban planning and development, and completed her Masters of Urban and Regional Planning from Cal Poly Pomona, California, and has some amount of field experience in non-profit sectors too. Tanvi, an architect and an urban planner, has worked on various national as well as international smart city projects and has now joined us at the School of Architecture. Loknath Saha is a master's from SPA Vijayawada and a bachelor's from Pilu Modi College of Architecture. Environmental psychology, multi-hazard mapping, and environmental inclusive society is what urges Loknath at all times. Anushri Nair, an architect and urban planner, masters from Maryland, USA. Prior to joining RIT, she was working with the county government in the US. She holds a bachelor's degree from TKM College, Kerala. Vidya Mohan, number 33 on the list, but nothing less, is an assistant professor with us, joined us recently, and her areas of interest include urban planning, refurbishment, and was collaborated with Glasgow City Council to propose a redevelopment of East Glasgow City Plan in Scotland. I'm sure all of you would be very much in tune with me and agree when I say that we have almost all the specializations with our team. This makes our team the strength of the School of Architecture. We also have tenure faculty, 5 in numbers, again of various ages, experiences, and specializations to assist us. The visiting faculty, who are part of every design team, they're part of the construction team, they are part of all activities and take active participation in the working of the studios. These visiting faculty ensure that we have an industry connect at all points of time. Not to mention that we cannot operate on our own. Architecture, after all, is teamwork. We have our support staff, which includes Nagesh, the instructor at the lab, Ambika, an assistant instructor, Swati, who's an SDA, and of course, the attenders Ramchandra and Varalakshmi. Being an autonomous institution, we have the autonomy over the syllabus, we have autonomy over the evaluation pattern, but fall under the ambit of the Visvesvaraya Technological University. The Board of Studies, which controls the syllabus and ensures that we meet and keep on improving to meet international standards, are a team of internal as well as external members to have at every point of time associations to ensure that the growth is consistent. The board of members, the members of the Board of Studies, the internal members, consist of Vishwas sir, Rajshekhar sir, Rashmi madam, Meghna madam, Deema madam, and Vijayanand sir as the internal members. And on our external members, we have the principal architect, the chief architect, who is a VTU expert, architect Chitra Vishwanath. We have other institute and orientation from the industry. We have architect Vidyadhar Wadayar, architect Prasad, and architect Subaya, who is our own alumni, and the academicians, Dr. Rama Subramaniam and Dr. Chidambaram Swami. The Board of Examiners, which scrutinizes and ensures the evaluation pattern as well as the question paper and the outcome, also consists of internal members and external members. It consists of Vishwas sir, Rajshekhar sir, Jyotirmay madam, Rashmi madam, Lavanya madam, and Vijayanand sir, along with external members from the field, from the industry, an academician, as well as the Deputy Chief Architect, a retired architect from the KPWD. Both these bodies also include myself, Professor Pushpa Devanathan. To most of you who would have actually come into the campus, would have seen the location of the School of Architecture, which is surrounded by all the buildings of RIT and actually having a vantage position and facing the quadrangle. The other allied areas which RIT gives support for us is the main library, the labs, the boardrooms, the auditoriums, the high-tech seminar hall, as well as the lecture hall, and of course, the parking as well as the sports area. I would take you through a journey of our areas, as I would say that this time we would not be able to take you physically to the various areas of our institution. The infrastructure consists of 10 numbers of studios, 2 classrooms with AV audiovisual facilities, 1 seminar hall, 2 labs, 1 library exclusive for the architecture department, which has only architecture books, the exhibition room, material museum, our administrative office, the HOD room, faculty cabins, the research center, as well as the NASA room. All books are available which are required for our particular course. Now there has been certain queries from the students as to what are the books that we need to buy. Let me now tell you that architecture is a course which is not only oriented to the books, but also having a lot of exposures and thereby learning from various sources and not having only textbook material. Our well-stocked library consists of 3,930 books, some 1,500 books roughly dedicated only to the masters, and we have the national journals, the international journals, and of course, e-books, which are a great source of information in this current situation. I'm sorry we lost connection for a few seconds. The well-stocked computer lab with 115 computers, of which new ones are 62 in number. A class of 40 can easily be conducted in this lab without having any hindrances, and the batches which are formed in such a manner that every student has access to these facilities. The softwares which are available are Triple SketchUp, Autodesk 2019, Autodesk Revit 2019, and Adobe Photoshop 2021. This is a glorious area to be in. All the models which are necessary to understand in miniature size the construction details are well stocked in this museum. The materials collected and displayed since the inception of the department facilitates the construction class. The students are shown these miniature models, demo is conducted so that understanding of the various aspects of construction is clear and specific. The exhibition room is the pride of our place. We have exhibited all the students' works. It goes without saying that every year the fresh lot of exhibition material is brought in and the next lot is moved out. Here, right from the first year up to the final year, all the various works done by the students are exhibited for the students to have a tour. I would wish that all the current students of the batch which are incoming in 2020 should take a physical tour of these places to get a glimpse of what we are at the School of Architecture. What you see now is only a virtual tour and will not give you as much impact as it would be if you were to actually see. I pray that we see you in the campus very, very quickly. The faculty cubicles are very approachable, and you can be sure you can enter the cabin and ask for help at any point of time. The various areas of the School of Architecture has been displayed, and as I again reiterate, what you see now is only a glimpse of what facilities as well as the infrastructure that School of Architecture proudly has, supported by the Ramaya Institute of Technology and Gokula Education Society. I hope the parents as well as the students are having a feast by watching these photographs. Now, to keep up with the times, to keep up with the fact that architecture is a growing profession, it's a profession which requires updating at all times. In this aspect, faculty development programs, guest lectures, hands-on workshops, and experiences are sought out at every point of time. Invited experts from various fields and from various expertise areas are called upon to share their experiences and also take our faculty and students on a journey of exploration, discovery, and learning. The number of workshops which are conducted are varied, and they are also made sure that the programs are initiated in such a manner that these faculty development programs at the end of the week in which they have gone through gives a learning experience, and the takeaways for the faculty are large. This would be, at the end of it all, taken directly into the studios so that the students benefit. We've had enough number of faculty development programs even during the lockdown, even during this pandemic. Our faculty have been very busy in having the development programs, interactive sessions, so that they could keep pace with what is happening all over the world. If you just have a glimpse, you would understand that we are talking about an integrative approach towards design pedagogy, talking about a paper art workshop, sustainable concepts, also having urban landscapes at our site, not to forget the design trends on high-rise, coming back to the waste material, and always utilizing the fact into the workshop as well as the studios and classrooms. We have a design fest called In Spirit, conducted by our students. I would elaborate on that a little further on. These workshops are a real pleasure to participate. At the end of it, exhausting sessions, involving sessions, but ultimately a very, very rich learning experience will ensue after the week that has gone. Apart from the conduction of the various faculty development programs, a faculty also attend so many programs again to enrich themselves. These have led to the fact that all the faculty keep themselves busy in their various areas of interest and not only maybe the area of the classes that they are taking. We go into probably building services. We are looking at the complexity of a mega project and also looking at how to write and publish 50,000 plus research and conference papers effectively, and looking at careers, looking at the design studio, and always the green and sustainable construction in India comes back to us. The students are not left behind. Every faculty ensures that the enrichment of the classes is done through some various methods that have been brought in to reach the goal. Textbook teaching and learning is minimized. Hands-on experiences and involvement in the projects are the need of the hour. Experts from the industry are called in to take each of these topics so that there is a large exposure to the areas of expertise and also some amount of exposure to what is happening in the industry. The publications of the faculty are high in the international journal as well as the national journals. The students as well as the faculty are always working, striving to achieve new horizons, to think differently, to think forward, and to take architecture forward. Guest lectures are both conducted for UG as well as PG simultaneously, and the wide areas are thrown open to the students at all points of time. Coming to the study tour, I would take a minute before going out into the study tour to talk about the internship, mandatory internship, which is part of the course curriculum. This ensures that the students reaching the final year would have 1 semester of practical training at a office, at the industry, and would learn and also stitch together all the theoretical inputs that they have gleaned in the previous time. The internship is scheduled in the final year of the B.ARCH course. Mandatory requirement of completing the internship, associating with the architect's offices, taking a viva at the end of it will complete the mandatory requirement. Another mandatory subject is the study tour as part of our curriculum. The Council of Architecture mandates that both these aspects, the study tour as well as internship, become part of the syllabus. Study tours are arranged both at national as well as the international level. The classes are divided in such a manner that the faculty are part of this study tour, and no study tour takes place without the permission of the faculty, without the knowledge of the parents, the consent of the parents, as well as permission from the principal of Ramya Institute of Technology. The group photos as well as various colorful photos which adorn our walls of the study tour are there for all to see. It can be north, south, east, west of India, any part, small or big, worthy of study, worthy of learning is part of the study tour. At the end of the study tour, students document it in a very systematic manner, and then they are taken for a particular viva, individual viva, which would actually evaluate the essence of the study tour. The PG students also have their own study tour. This is learning at all points of time. It is hands-on learning, experiencing the mud and earth, experiencing what it is, the real life situation, and then putting it into their very classes. The UG international tours are many. Again, the international tours are not mandated, but 2 study tours, one after the first year and one after the second year, is a mandate to complete before the end of the course. The international study tour exposes the students to foreign architects, their methodology of work, their buildings, and also the office at which they work. In a very, very minuscule manner of the study tour are the site visits. The study tours engulf a large area and are taken almost out of this particular campus. Now, when we come to site visits, they are an integral part of the study exercise. If these site visits are arranged, they are to take place in conjunction with the design studio, with the working drawing studio, to ensure that students understand the site, have a feel of the site, and are also able to relate to the size and scale of the project that has been set for them. The photographs will give you enough exploration and enough opening as to what we mean by the students at every point of time. The smiling faces will give you the reason for which all this is undertaken. Site visits at the UG level, and of course, site visits at the PG level. And as I mentioned, learning at the grassroots level, right down to what it means to be put down at the site, is how the learning takes place. The fest, which I had fleetingly mentioned some time back, is the journey that the students have, a glorious 3-day event on a very, very large scale, which is actually envisaged by the students, taken forward by the students, and completed by the students. Every aspect of this particular fest is taken care of by the students under the guidance of the faculty and the principal. This ensures teamwork, organization skills, management, and also system to come into the students. The international speakers as well as national speakers are invited for these events. We have very famous architects who have been invited to be part of InSpirit. All this is done by the sheer information as well as the hard work of the students who strive to make this event a very grand success. The list of the speakers, international caliber, the national speakers, and we have completed 10 years of InSpirit Fest with all gaiety and learning. The Terrain Fest of the PG strives to achieve and direct the students as well as various other landscape architects towards the nuances of landscape. 2019 saw the start of terrain where the bluescapes or the waters were discovered in landscape. 2020 saw the landscape come into the urban picture. What happens as an urban landscape? Various facets of landscape are debated, discussed, and finally, a lot of conclusions and learnings are drawn upon from this fest. The editorials. The InSpirit brings out the Render magazine with details of the annual fest, as well as the landscape terrain brings out the Ripple magazine. Apart from these two magazines which emanate from the department, Sudarshana is the annual college magazine and Sampige is the quarterly magazine of the institution. Pradarshana is an open-day exhibition where students exhibit all their application-based projects which are actually academic in nature and many a times relating to the social causes. Here, invited guests come from outside of the college and would actually see what the institution are leading to. School of Architecture also exhibits their best works and they are judged on the day of this event. When we come to the student achievement, we have the students participating in what is called as NASA or the National Association of Students of Architecture. The zonal NASA is called as the ZONASA. It is a very, very proud moment when RIT, School of Architecture, is ranked 11th in the country across so many institutions participating. This is a Rubens Trophy shortlisting. The certificates will give you a view to the number of events that the students have participated. In this zonal event, our School of Architecture was placed first, the college ranking is third, various design citations of the trophy took place, and of the design trophy, 3 design trophies were shortlisted. The student achievement goes to one of our students had a public participation event called as a Better B.ARCH Design, and she was a second runner-up. The student is in the 7th semester yet. The undergraduate thesis won an acclaim as the top 4 UG thesis, and a crit session was conducted online this year. This was the first time that this critique was conducted, and our student was on the top 4. With the PG, the participation was not less. This is, yes, the continuation of the Zonasa and the winners. With the PG, the achievement was not less. There was the special mention. Various areas concerning landscape are brought up to the fore, and student participation at the national level competitions always give an acclaim. It is to pat our back that ours is the only institution offering landscape architecture and really bringing us proud achievements. So far we have covered all the scholastic achievements, the academic achievements, but students of architecture always excel in more ways than one. Dance, drama, sports, and so many other cultural activities. You can see our students not only participating, but also bringing home many trophies when they return. Our Association of Alumni, Milana, where the students of architecture, once they become architects, would extend themselves, come back to us, and keep telling us that they are the backbone, they are there for us, and yet we have shown them the light to move forward. They owe it to us to be back every year and congregate in large numbers, even during our In Spirit Fest. Ramaya has great initiatives which have been put in to feature sustainability factors. Solar panels are installed at MSRIT campus with a capacity of 631 kilowatt power. 2,000 units per day is the capacity of the power generation, which caters to 30% of the requirements of the institute. Rainwater harvesting and wastewater treatment facilities have been inducted into the campus. I would now mention to you that we have a proctorial system in place where students are allotted a proctor, a mentor, a guide to take them through the 5 years. Now, every semester through these proctors, the students register themselves for the courses. The proctors also guide them as to the way in which they should be handled and the subjects that they need to take. Any issues, any problems or non-issues will be first brought to the proctor's notice, and thereby it would be solved at that level. We have a deputy chief proctor for the proctorial system, who is Professor Rajshekhar, who takes care of the proctorial system and its workings at all times. These proctors would be sent out to you. You can reach them on these numbers, their mail IDs, and this information will be passed on to the students through the website and at this point of time. The timetable runs thus. We would start our regular classes from 1st, and the class consists of 2 sections, the S and the T section. Simultaneously, these classes will be run, and we would ensure that most amount of the online classes would be run to the maximum benefit of the students. At this point of time, I would like to confirm with the students that we have been taking utmost care in ensuring that the online classes are taken, that students are made aware of their submissions, tests are conducted online for this pandemic season. We have gone through a learning exercise to understand how to conduct classes online. This is and will be a difficult achievement, but yet as a team we hope to make it come true and hope to make a success out of it. The list of items which are required for the architecture program will also be circulated at the website. At the end, there is a student information form for the freshers for the batch of 2020-21. These particulars are needed both for the faculty as well as the proctorial system and to be submitted to the university. I would trust that the parents will take utmost care in filling of this form to ensure its correctness and mail it back to us at the earliest. Our team, the smiling team and the glorious team, which is the strength of our particular School of Architecture. I would close, and at this point, I would like to mention that I am Professor Pushpa Devanathan, Head of the Department, School of Architecture, Bachelor of Architecture from Manipal, Masters in Habitat Design, and aspiring to get to reach research in another few years. Thank you so much. I have been heading this institution, and at this point of time, I would like students to meet Professor Rajshekhar, who would explain in brief the proctorial system. Thank you so much, and welcome to all of us. Hello, I'm sitting Okay, there has been a query from some students that 1S and 1T, it is section. One section is called S section, another section is called T section. Because the engineering have got A to R sections, so the architecture sections are S and T. 1S is section S of first semester, 1T is section T of first semester. Yeah. What do you want? Yes, the student form will be mailed to you. I would request all of you to send in the students' WhatsApp number with their names to Assistant Professor Vijay Anand whose number will be shared in the chat box. Okay. Vijayanand will form a WhatsApp group and the forms will be uploaded. Yeah, you listing the form to Google, the form as well as the details of the timetable. Yeah, it's only about student form. Yes, there is a query as to recording of online classes. Yes, we do have a facility called as Impartus. We do have recording. The recordings will be made available to the students as and when required. Definitely, you can reach out to your proctors and we will facilitate it. The classes will start from the 1st of January. Yeah. The credit syllabus is available on the website. First semester has been uploaded in the website. Anyway, it will again be checked and you will fill accordingly. It has been uploaded yesterday, but we will still check again and upload it again if it is necessary. Any other queries?
There is also a semester registration form. We need to fill it and send. That's next question.
Yes. Semester registration form. Every semester you need to fill in a registration form which will tell you exactly the names of the subjects as well as the credits that you have to register for. Syllabus is on the website, sir. Yes, again a response. Classes will be starting from the 1st of January. Up till then will be the induction program starting tomorrow. All of you will attend the induction program, which is common for the architecture and engineering. Can you reframe the question? Is there a recommended list for the credits? I'm not aware of what, there's no clarity. Can you reframe the question, please? The stationery requirements will be shared by tomorrow.
First semester syllabus.
No, it's been shared by the state. Semester registration form should also be scanned and sent back to the department, as well as the student information form to be scanned and sent back to the department. The mail ID of the department will be shared with all of you. Any other queries we would like to answer? Any other queries? Online classes are conducted not on YouTube, nor it will be either on Google Meet or on Zoom, both of which we have license varieties for the institution. The licenses are there for the institution and we will conduct it through the licensed versions. Student information form will be uploaded on the website along with a list of requirements before tomorrow. It also contains the department mail ID to which you will fill and send it, scan and send it back.
So we need to fill 2 forms, right?
Yes, 2 forms need to be filled. One is the student information form. The second is the registration form, which will continue every semester. You will have to give in a registration form, whereas the student information form is one time, which the details of which will be uploaded to the VTU at the time of requesting for your university numbers. The number of credits are not optional. All credits, 26 credits in every semester for architecture, totaling up to 260 credits at the end of 10 semesters is the course outline. The other engineering areas, streams will have different credits, but architecture has 26 credits spread over 10 semesters, totaling up to 260 credits at the end of 5 years. How will online classes? Yeah, it will be through the subject teachers. Online link, we will take care of that. That is why we are asking you for your WhatsApp numbers, so that groups will be formed. Subject teachers will take care of that and reach out to you all. There is a separate link. Yes. Architecture, there is a separate link. Yes, the student information form and the registration by Tuesday, tomorrow, 29th, by 4 p.m. Any other questions? Query on
We should just scan the application form and send it through mail or submit it.
or submit it to?
Or somewhere in person.
No, please do not come in person for the time being. Scan and send it to the department mail ID, which will be shared with you. At this point of time, kindly do not come to the campus. That when the offline classes start, we will intimate you and you can come to the campus. Yes, I think this is the end of the query. I thank all of you for a very patient hearing, and I hope you will be as excited as we are to start this program in architecture. Thank you one and all. Stay safe, stay healthy, all the best, and bye-bye.
This textbook material is shared for classes. With the school material, we scan shared for classes.
Which textbook?
Yeah,
Yeah, all details which are necessary for the classes will be sent out to you either through mail or through the Google Meet, or various methods will be used. Yes, we will be resorting to technology method only, and we will share all the information that is necessary for your classes.
So
WhatsApp number to be shared to Assistant Professor Vijayanand. SGPA, CGPA will not be. No, it is not there as part of this form. And please don't worry about SGPA, CGPA for the time being. Yeah, in the USN number you can write your receipt number or whatever the temporary registration number which has been given to you. Huh. With this we come to an end of this introduction and a virtual tour of the facilities of the School of Architecture. A warm welcome goes out from the faculty to the new students and to the new architects as well as their parents. Thank you so much. Have a good day.